Hey, what's up? This is Timmy 13. We're in beautiful Stillwater, Minnesota, where we're checking out the All-Star Jam put on by Sonnek. It's every other Wednesday. Make sure you check out his website, Ziggy'sAllStars.com. Sign up, hang out, come get food, come get drinks, come hang out, come on in.
Tonight, we take you on a journey to Stillwater, Minnesota. It's a small little town east of the metro, just before you drive into Wisconsin. Normally a town for tourism, you can find shops all up and down Main Street, beautiful scenery, and there's always something to do here. But on every other Wednesday night, musicians from all over come over here on Chestnut and Main to gather at Ziggy's on Main. And the person that brings them all together? This guy, a charismatic frontman named Sonnek, with one goal in mind, to bring musicians together and create the biggest rock and roll band in the world. I got the chance to sit down and talk with John about the All-Star Jam, what it is now, what he hopes it to become, and how much fun he's having. Typically on Wednesday evenings, people are winding down from their day, relaxing, getting ready to go to bed, get up and do it all again the next day. But not here. Musicians come all over to gather to jam at Ziggy's on Main. You get great food, great drinks, and a great atmosphere. And the best part of all, you get to rock out on stage with friends and strangers, all looking to be part of the band. So whether you're looking for something to do on a Wednesday night, or you're just a musician who wants to play more, make sure you check out the All-Star Jam at Ziggy's on Main every other Wednesday, starting at 7 p.m. Visit www.ziggy'sallstars.com or go to his Facebook and or Instagram. Make sure you sign up and get over here and play.
All right, hey, what's up? This is Timmy 13 from the Stage Unhinged, sitting down with Sonnek. John runs every other Wednesday. He does the Jam, All-Star Jam at Ziggy's. Wednesday nights. Why Wednesday nights?
Well, it's, first of all, you got to make sure the musicians are available. We can't put this on Friday or Saturday.
Right. And then you're already competing with a few others on Thursdays.
Yeah, I mean, this whole concept of an open jam is nothing new. It's being done elsewhere. It's being done very well in other places, but I felt like nothing really on the east side.
Right. No, I agree with that. Everything's far west. And Anoka, Fridley.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's at least an hour drive.
So I felt like it could be the right time to bring something here on the east. And, I've got a background in marketing and design and web development. So I thought, I bet I could really put something together that would work well.
This was my first night here, and we were just talking to the waitress, and like she said, she was overwhelmed. Definitely busy, especially right for New Year's. So and right after Christmas. So you think it was just a lot of people needing to get out of their house, figure things out?
Maybe, but to be honest with you, we really hit the ground running.
You did
on our first jam, and it's grown ever since.
Yeah, absolutely. So you used to be in a few different bands. Bootleg was I think your main one.
Yep.
And then what were the other ones you mentioned?
I was in a Stone Temple Pilots tribute called Stone Type Pilots. And years and years and years ago, I was in a band called White Squirrel with our house drummer, Brent.
Nice.
And so, when this came together, it wasn't something like, I've got a band and you can come up and play with our band. It was, I want to think of 100 or so songs that people might want to perform themselves.
Right.
And then I'm going to find the musicians that are good and can back them up on it. So to handpick the guys that I wanted, that was the first step toward building this thing, was to find the right people that could pull it off.
Definitely got a great crew.
Right.
They were absolutely phenomenal tonight. I really enjoyed watching them play behind the camera. I mean, that was a lot of fun. So the crew you put together, they're awesome. They're having fun.
Phenomenal musicians, and these guys have been playing for decades,
Yeah.
So it's, I put out this list. I'm like, what do you think about this? And instantly they were like, well, I know more than half of them already, so
the joys of being in the cover band.
Right.
So I actually met you and you were retiring.
I was.
You were retiring. I met you because you are a man of many trades. You also do photography work, so bands. If you need photography, this guy, absolutely phenomenal. He's got a great studio. He's got the best little dogs that will hang out with you. But we had such a great time. And what I like too is that I like to wear the ties and stuff, and I didn't have a white tie, and you were like, hold on one second. And you went and grabbed that white tie.
Of course I do. It's all about accessories.
So you retired from music, like doing the weekend thing. What made you decide to come and do this? As opposed to saying just getting back into another band.
Right. Well, at the time, it started to feel for me like I was kind of losing the interest. You know, it started to become more work.
Right.
And then
once it loses its fun.
Yeah, you know, I've got a family, and this whole thing started for me. I started performing in a band 35 years ago, so it was.
It's funny as you don't look a day over 30. You look younger than me.
Thank you, appreciate it. Pushing 50 real soon.
Holy shit!
But no, it's there'd be times where I had a gig, or maybe it was a weekend away, and the kids would be bummed that I was leaving, and
that is the hard part.
It's tough.
Last 2 summers, I don't think I've had a weekend with my daughter, and it gets to you.
Yeah,
it gets to you. By the time you finally slow down in September, you're just like, what happened? Where did those last 3 months go?
So I really started to feel like, I need to focus on what's real and what's important.
Right.
And it wasn't on me trying to, I don't know, certainly not make a name for myself. I mean, we play in cover bands, so it's
right, exactly.
It's just guys getting together playing music, and it's great fun. Mm-hmm. But when it starts to get a little overwhelming, then you have to step back a bit.
Right.
And the great thing about this jam that I didn't expect was how much a lot of these people, these jammers, these musicians that are coming out, love it.
Yes.
And
I mean, you could see it on their faces. There was a bass player in particular tonight. I don't know his name, but he got on stage 2 or 3 times, and every time he was just so much fun to watch. Like I'm sitting here shooting video, and like I have to remember, okay, I got to get everybody else. He was so into it, and it was just that's just the reminder right there of why we do what we do.
Yeah. That joy.
Yeah.
And to see it on their faces, that's more exciting to me now than me getting up there.
Right.
Like I'll get up and sing a song or two, or if somebody drops out, I got to fill in and sing a song. But really, to me, it's not that important that I get up on stage.
I noticed that you hung in the back. Every time you would talk, I thought you were up on stage, and you weren't. You stayed in the back, and you just introduced people, had them go up on stage. And that's the other thing I noticed too, is it's really smooth. Like everybody knows what they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Nobody's fighting each other. They're up there and ready to go.
And that's the big part of it. If when I started putting it all together, I'm like, it has to flow.
Yeah.
It has to be smooth. We can't have 5-10 minutes in between songs because people don't know what they're doing.
Right.
So to keep it moving, make sure the set lists are posted. Everybody knows when they're getting up and when they're expected to be ready to go. And it has been. We've had a lot. I've done this forever, so you probably get in your band about 15 songs per hour.
Right.
14, 15, depending on the length of the songs. So we're still getting 11, 12 here.
Well, the thing I noticed is you had a set list, and I mean, I know the other jammers usually have a set list of theirs too, but yours, you were down to the T. Like your time was just spot on. Whereas I've been to others where they don't get through half the songs they want to get to, and I think a lot of that's because people are messing around and changing over. But I mean, your song, you went through every single one of them, and you didn't go over. The break was there, and then you had the showcase band, and it flows perfectly.
Right. Thank you. It's very organized, because I feel like the more you can be organized with everything, the better it's going to go.
Absolutely.
You'll have a better performance. The crowd, we could bring in 30 musicians every jam, but you don't want to just play to those 30 musicians.
Right.
So building a fan base and a following for this is what's really important. And I've just been seeing it more and more that it's growing. People are talking about it. There's buzz out there on Facebook. You know, people that are fans are posting things and sharing things and saying, hey, you got to check this out.
Yeah,
And
I've seen a lot.
to see that happen, you know, it blows me away sometimes that it's spreading, it's growing. And
It's definitely a wildfire you got going on.
right on.
You know, and what I like too is that you did do Wednesday nights. So for a lot of musicians who just want to play, they love to play. So now they have the option of Wednesday, Thursday,
Right.
and then if they're in their band, they can go do the Friday, Saturday. So
Yeah.
I mean, like, it's just an all, you know, and it doesn't. This one doesn't end late. It ends at 10.
10 o'clock,
so
yeah.
people can be home, you know, 10:30 in
Right.
bed, night time.
You know, that was always a big thing for me. You know, I'm getting older, so
Yeah, I feel you.
staying out till 3 a.m. is
Oh, it's rough.
it's not something I want to do anymore.
Every time I look at our schedule and I see a bar that says 9, I'm like, why do we got to start at 9? Can we start at
Right.
like 8? Like,
Yeah.
come on.
Or you're driving 3.5 hours away and you're
Oh.
going to get home at about 4 a.m.
If you're lucky. If you're lucky. So you've been running this now. This is Jam 12. So does that mean this is the 12th week?
Yeah.
Did you do it every other week?
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about that. You do this every other week. It's on Wednesdays. It starts at 7. There is a sign up.
Mhm.
So where do people go to sign up?
It's very easy. It's just ziggysallstars.com.
Okay.
And,
Do you
you
have
know,
a list of songs there?
the entire list of songs is there. And it's really kind of building as a community. I mean, there's blogs, so I'll put out reviews of the shows.
Nice.
So tomorrow you'll be able to find a review of tonight's performance, which includes the set list and everybody that played on every song, photos, and a little breakdown of, you know, the night and how it went.
And that was Ziggy's All-Stars.
.com.
Ziggy's with the S, allstars.com.
Yep.
Perfect. And then obviously you're on Facebook.
Yeah.
Are you on Instagram or no?
Instagram, yeah, we are there.
So Facebook, Instagram, so that's everybody can find you there. I highly encourage anybody who's watching this, anybody who's checking this out, come down to this jam. It's definitely one of the most fun. One question I want: why Ziggy's?
It's well, for me personally, it's close to home.
It's close to home.
Yeah. And in my former bands, had a great relationship with the place, you know, and I thought it's not a massive club where you're
Right.
gonna feel lost in it. It's small, but there's still plenty of room to make it feel
Absolutely.
like a big group and a big audience. I know the sound man that I was able to
he's-
get him on board.
I knew I'd recognize him. I worked with him at the Emporium. He's such a great dude.
Yeah.
He's a great dude. Love him.
And the last thing I just want to mention is what a community this is becoming. You know, it's no big egos. People
No.
come in and they cheer for one another.
Yeah.
And, you know,
Everybody was having
musicians
so much fun.
are rocking out to other musicians. And it just, I want to make it a place that feels like home,
Yeah.
that feels like you're welcome to be a part
the
of
vibe
it.
was amazing. The
Yeah.
vibe was absolutely amazing. Like, you could see everybody was friendly. Everybody was nice. Even back here recording, everybody was trying to duck in. You know,
Yeah.
It just I love that. I love that attitude of being there for each other as opposed to what's the word I'm looking for? Competing. Nobody's competing.
Right. Yeah.
It's all in good fun.
There's a huge amount of just kindness in the air,
Yes.
which I really, really appreciate. But yeah, we're very inclusive. You saw the T-shirts, you know, that say "I'm in the band." I think that's cool.
That's
you
awesome.
know,
That's really awesome.
because everybody needs to feel part of something.
Right.
And
family.
this is a great way to feel like you are a part of something. And I say that as we keep growing, that I'm just out to make the largest rock and roll band in the world.
Well, I'm excited to see how big you can get this thing.
We are currently at 101.
Holy cow! At 12 jams, 101.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's growing. I can't wait to get to 1,001. So
Well, we're gonna
keep
stick with
doing
you.
it.
We're gonna watch you. We're gonna count, and we're gonna have to have a big party when we get up there.
Right on.
Well, everybody, this is John Sonnek. He runs the Ziggy's Jam every other Wednesday. Ziggy'sAllStar.com if you want to sign up. Definitely, even if you don't want to sign up, you want to just come hang out, grab some drinks, grab some great food, come hang out. It's so much fun. John, thanks for hanging out with me for a little bit, man.
Thank you. I appreciate you being here.
Absolutely. We'll see you in a couple weeks.
Thanks, man.
All right. So do you have a plan now for every other Wednesday evening? I know I do. Get on down to Ziggy's on Main in Stillwater, Minnesota, starting at 7 p.m. Food, drinks, and live rock and roll. Make sure you go to Ziggy'sAllStar.com to sign up, get on stage. See you there.